Hello, hello, welcome. Welcome back. We're back for some more Banner Saga, and this might be the last episode. I have no idea. I'm starting early today in case there's a lot to do, but it really feels like we're getting to the end. With that, let's just get into it. So we're back in Arborang again. Commons wall houses. What? Black soot billows up from ramshackle shelters and is spreading to bigger buildings at an alarming rate. Fire, distant shouts confirm. Serves him right, you overhear Varl saying, watching from a safe distance. You realize he's talking about Rugga's loyalists, who scramble to save their own things from a fire they probably started. Press an attack? Against who? The loyalists? I mean, the Varl aren't going to do it. We'll help put it out. Few Bravehearts join you, creating a chain of water buckets. It's water you doubt you can afford to lose, and worse, you don't seem to be making much progress. The fire continues to spread. The Varl now will cut your losses. This is beyond your control, and you're starting to learn to live with that. Hold on. Even Rugga's men give up and cut their losses. Flammable debris is dragged out of the fire's path, and eventually it burns itself out, but not before taking whole streets with it. Oh, there you go. A livid crowd of Horseborn confront each other. You recognize Canary and Deirdre amongst them. At their hooves lay victims of the spat. Canary is wavering her javelin. You guys, don't fight, you two. You're my favorite ones. Her javelin threateningly. You can't be certain what has sparked them and who's doing it. Let's just break them up. By force if necessary. You wade in with your banner above your head, threatening to bring force against anyone who doesn't walk away. Grudgingly, they separate until the only thing still being thrown is insults on the wind. You never do find out what happened, but such things are becoming troublingly common. The walls! To the window! Come quick, says a bloodied guard. He leads you up the walls to the menders, worse for wear. The warped pouring out of the darkness are still mostly dredge, but now you recognize more and more of them as Arborang's clansmen, turned into nightmare creatures. Where is... You begin noticing a pile of dead guards and a panic mender holding his light against the approaching warped. Here, shouts Ludin. On the other side of the mender, he approaches with armed men. Haven't lost any menders yet. We've been fighting them off all the way down the walls, but they're coming a lot faster now. He stabs through a lunging warped. And here's more, he shouts. We're about to get into battle. I've got, give me like 10 seconds here. One sec. Okay, this will be a little more than 10 seconds, but it won't be long. Sorry, this might take a little bit more time. I'm gonna put the be right back message up. Well, there's a fishing attack happening right now. Okay, all right. Sorry about all that. Was helping my son sell something on Etsy, and he was all excited because he was selling something, and unfortunately, the person that wanted to buy something is a scam artist trying to send a phishing email. So, unfortunate. Okay, we're doing a battle, I guess. Do we have to have Ludin with us? I hope not. You're injured. You're injured. 3 strength. That's a lot to lose. That is unfortunate. But you have this buff on you, so like even though you're debuffed, you still have a lot. You know? You're still strong. Let's just go. Okay. That's a lot of Varl. That guy is going to be the biggest problem. You go first. Let's put all our Varl over here, all our eggs in one Varl basket. If you will. Alright, bring you up here. rude. Down you. Ouch. If I move 1 forward, I'd still be next to you, which still gives me a buff. I will move there and kill this person. Poison you. Move you back. Poison you. Let's see here. Let's bop your armor. You finish him now. I guess I could have done the math and not overuse up. Well, whatever, you got 13 more now. You got plenty. Big bop. This guy's dead. Move you here. Poisoning you now. You're both already poisoned. I got some of your armor. And then we can... He'll die on his turn. All we can do is move you forward. You did. You did. Oh my. I was about to say, do we get out of here without any injuries? That'd be great. What? Wait. Did you have a dot on? Oh my gosh. I did speak too soon. That's stupid. That's stupid. Let's just move through all this. We can't be affected by it. Man, that's really upsetting. She already had an injury too, right? Like, I know they tried to introduce this whole wave mechanic, but I'm just not interested because I don't even like the combat to begin with, so, you know, thanks anyway. The warped monsters beyond the light are becoming increasingly aggressive. Despite the victory, the writing is on the wall. We bought some time, Zephyr says, but this is not sustainable. We're going to have to fall back before long. 2 days? That's all we got? Was 2 days. Okay. Crash out gamer, crash gaming? You know, something like that. Something like that. How are you doing, Ein? Welcome. So that only bought us 2 days. That's nothing. Chilling like a villain? Better than chilling like a villain. Ravens swear they see figures lurking from the corners of their eyes and hear the whispers of dead family members. Some accuse the corpse of Juno. Accuse the corpse of Juno? Others, the ominous pillars that have been rising on the horizon. The dredge godstone, Avon tells them. Rises like teeth from the hungered wolf's maw, Spar sings, swallows brave men and the bright doomed star. An old song from before the gods died. Fitting, ambling through tall pillars like teeth, an obsidian forest wreathing the great black godstone. If my dead mother appears, I'm ending things here and now. Oh, let's not joke. Toughen up, it's not gonna help. Avon, can you do anything? Snap, snap. Avon shakes his head slowly and you notice his ragged appearance. But I can be certain no harm will come from it. Okay, thanks. Morale improved? Sure. Alright, so now we ran out of time again. So are we going back to Arborang again? No. Okay.
We push on, despite hope being lost, along with Juno, to something black and heavy ahead. Did the dredge build godstones of their own, or
They
is
did,
this something?
and hope is not lost yet, Ivor.
What? You jerk in terror at Juno's voice in your head, and her hand lightly squeezing your shoulder. What the hell? She breathes softly. Well done. You can put me down. What? So we were carrying her corpse around and she just got up? Nerves get the best of even the bravest. Stop, blurts Foka. Not another step. She pushes her way to Juno. You died. Not another damn step. Till you tell us what is happening. All of it. A chorus of voices concur, echoing off the pillars themselves. Yeah, like, this wouldn't be the first time she has died. Juno sags upon her staff. She looks at Avon, but his stare is leagues from here. All will be well, she starts, but jerks back from Foka's spear point at her neck. No magic tricks, Foka hisses. Juno, answer the question. You're right, it's time you all knew. The hell is going on?
This will be more easily shown than told.
Are you sure about that? Because this is just a bunch of feathers. That's not really showing me anything. I hope you show me more than just feathers.
The Valka were the first to discover a world within our world. The inner earth, with its own lands, people, and sun. A source of power far greater than our own. Eyvind was the leader of the Valka, brilliant, born with a mind devouring itself. I studied in secret to heal those wounds, and in time, we grew to love each other. But meddling with minds is forbidden, for reasons already clear to you. The council sentenced me to death. They agreed to spare Ivan the same fate if I went willingly. So I did. When Ivan discovered what had happened, he carried my body to the White Tower. In his grief, he drained the Black Sun of its energy, hoping to restore my life. The sun fell from the sky, ripping chasms through both worlds. The serpent slithered out from its shattered egg, half-born, and the darkness within spread.
You were hatched from the sun.
I had become a new vessel for its power. When we reach the White Tower, and Ivan releases my energy, the sun will move again, and the darkness will return to where it belongs.
So they dug too deep in too greedily is what you're telling me. Okay, so just so I'm understanding this, recap. Earth inside the Earth. Yep, makes perfect sense so far. Dark Sun. Eyvind found this place. Eyvind is the oldest Valka, okay? Somehow he is like, I don't know, half a deity or something. You died. You basically sacrificed yourself, and that made him big mad. And so he used the power of the Dark Sun to revive you. But that succeeded, but it made the sun crash into the everything and release the serpent. And that's what the darkness is. It's not just the serpent. It's literally the darkness escaping what was inside the sun, the black sun. I don't no idea. There's so much still left untold. Like, what is the White Tower? Like, nothing has been explained. As Juno releases her grip over the caravan, the images fade. Eyvind carried me all the way back to Ridgehorn before he could go no further. That's where Hakon's warriors found us. Yeah, because when we found them, you were dead already. They understandably believed I was dead and left me there. Eyvind lived still, if only barely. By the time he awoke, the Varl had taken him most of the way to Einartoft. When I realized what had happened, I traveled by ship down the river to meet Eyvind at Sigerholm, but the Serpent's chasms prevented this. I believe you know the rest. I'm certain you have many questions. I will answer them clearly. I mean, is Eyvind gonna pipe in at all? This goes all the way back to the time of the gods? This can become long and complicated. I'll keep it simple. The Loom Mother first discovered weaving. That's like casting spells. And with it created this world and those living on it. The other beings in the tapestry, other gods, reacted in many different ways. Some wanted to learn weaving, and they took the creations she made and changed them, forming Varl and Horseborn. So this is like their genesis. One god became jealous. He took mankind, reshaped them into dredge, and hid them within the world to grow and torment the other creations. When the Loom Mother learned of this, she became furious. As she had discovered creation, she had also unwittingly created death, and accidentally killed the jealous god in anger. The other gods were terrified. They had never imagined not existing. They turned on each other out of fear. The gods died, but the creations continued on. The Valka were the Loom Mother's favored few. She taught them weaving. Eyvind and I are descendants of those first people. So the magicians, the magic people, are the people who were taught from the god themselves. Okay. What is the serpent? I mean, let's ask this one. If the dredge were taught by the Valka, why are they attacking us? The Stone Singers believe we have betrayed them. Early on, we discovered that the Black Sun was a far greater source of power than our own. After the worst of the Great Wars, everyone believed the Valka utterly defeated the dredge. In truth, we offered them peace, and we learned about this already. In exchange for use of the sun's power, we showed them how to flourish within their own lands and create more of their own kind. Because they couldn't procreate themselves. They had to show them, you know, how to do it. So you created the Stone Singers? In a way, we only shared knowledge. It has always been a difficult question of how much control to exert. But now they believe we caused this destruction on purpose. They think that we wish to wipe them out, and like anyone would, they fight back. They're scared and frenzied and will not listen. We have failed them as much as we have failed everyone else. So what's the deal with the serpent? I'll admit, even I was uncertain until recently. But the easiest way to understand it is to imagine an egg. The serpent's egg was made inside this inner earth, a black sun mirroring our own. Within it, a serpent would grow slowly over the ages. It was put here to eventually swallow the Loom Mother's creations, a cruel trick to destroy them in secret. When the black sun fell to the earth, it cracked. The serpent and its power spilled out well before its time. Everything happening now is because of petty grudges between the gods. No, it wouldn't. It's not just a petty grudge. It was the intervention of the Valka. In a way, Avon unwittingly did us all a favor. If the serpent had grown to full size, well, at least things as they are now, there may have been a chance to reverse it. I mean, so the god's plan was to have the serpent eat the world. But it, got out too early. But, like, if that was the god's plan, I don't know, like, they're saying that this never would have happened. It still would have happened, which is much later. I'm not exactly bursting with gratitude at the moment. Yeah, understandable. All right, now what? Now we return to the source of the power. I am not dead, but neither am I alive. This energy within me was stolen from the Black Sun, right? Avon will place me within the Black Sun. The celestial spheres will circle again. The darkness will be absorbed, and without that, the serpent will wither. She suddenly looks very tired, but tries to smile. You'll be trapped within the sun? I have come to terms with it. And now you know everything. Make sure Avon does what is right. Is he not here right now, or is this happening? Is this all happening in Ivor's head? It can't be, because Folka reacted too. Like, he's literally standing right here. We're all protected in this same, like, bubble of light. This is not a private conversation, I feel like. And we just keep moving, I guess, and no other reactions from anyone else in the party. That's... Some of the writing, I think, is really good. Some of the writing, I think, is really not good at all. That was a not good at all example right there. Christ, hold on. Hold on. I got a new request to my email because someone gave my email away to someone. Oh my god. Just a minute more. Someone's trying to log into my Microsoft account. That's not me. We've been through this before, though. We've been through this before. The issue was... Okay, so we'll go through a longer story. Cherry has his own Etsy account where he's selling things that he has made. And this is the first time someone is trying to buy something from him. He was very excited. Actually, I think this is the second time. He was very excited. It was like $400 for this thing he made, right? And this person says, hey, I don't want to do it on Etsy because, you know, they take a portion of the funds, whatever. Long story short, it's a scam. This person was trying to scam them because I immediately said, well, you should always do thing on the selling account because you're protected. And they asked for my PayPal, and I was like, because, you know, he's under 18, he can't have his own. So I was like, okay. And then I gave them And then he was like, oh, well, I'll give them your email too. He didn't ask me that. He just offered them my email. And again, it was a scam. I immediately got an email saying, hey, we just deposited this money into your PayPal account. Request more money and yada yada, scam. And I said, this is very clearly, I know cybersecurity. This is an attempt to get my information. And I immediately messaged him and I said, hey, this is a scam. Block this person immediately and report them and let's move on. Unfortunately, that happened. But now, because he also gave my email to this person, which I did not want him to do, now I'm getting people trying to log into my email. So I want to make sure we're good. It's a life lesson about security. You know, I'll be positive about it. It's a life lesson. It is unfortunate, but it is what it is. And now I don't know how to actually. How do I see? I was just curious where this person. I mean, they're probably on a VPN. I was gonna, where are they trying to log in from? I thought that used to tell you your login attempts. Because I have had this happen to me in the past from some data leak somewhere. That my email got out and people were trying to log into my account all the time. So I would constantly be getting alerts, which was super annoying. They never actually got into my account, right? But they tried. Okay, anyway. I think oops, I just muted myself. I think I've got it all cleaned out now. Yeah, they trying to get into my Microsoft account, which is tied to my Google email address, because that's the email I gave them. Okay, we're at the Godstone. So this is not the White Tower that we're supposed to be going to. This is just another stop along the way, I guess. An enormous bell hangs from the carved stonework. Even untouched, it hums with a strange, deep resonance. Alfred says, the sculptors built this Godstone to themselves. They raise bells made of those who have passed. It's said that a part of them lives in the sound of these bells, and they can visit their ancestors this way. Spar crosses his arms. That would explain the spooks. The stone singer approaches the Godstone, hands up, shaking his head in warning. He seems to diligently avoid touching anything. In warning, not in reverence. So he says, don't mess with this thing. At the Godstone center is an enormous bell. An enormous bell dwarfs the other. Smaller chimes hanging throughout. The bell's handle calls to you on a primal level. Are you thinking of ringing it or kissing it, Spar asks. I wouldn't do either. Pull hard and ring the bell. No. If the one guy here says don't pull it, and he's like one of these people, I'm not touching that thing. Nope. I can hardly think of a worse idea, you reply, stepping away. Curiosity weighs on you for a short while until the caravan separates from the Godstone. Okay, we have only one day, so I can't really rest. I have some injured people, though. You now have 2 days of injury. You have 2 days. You've got 1 day. Percy is at 3 days. Why are you... Who told you that you could join my party? Excuse me? Get out of here. Alright, well, he wants to talk. What? What do you want? You find Ollie at the edge of the light, staring at the Godstone. Mind if I join you? Hard to find space around here. Just keep your voice down. That vicious, wrinkled fiffle won't share any of his drink, and my head hurts. In the distance, Spar takes a moment from lazily tuning his Lang spill to throw Ollie a wildly inappropriate gesture. Ran out of your own brew? Lost my flask when that whale thing shattered the frozen ocean. You hear the things coming out of my mouth? Sober is no way to live, Ivor. Ollie stares blankly into the distance. You know what? I don't think I don't really care for small talk anymore. Not with this guy. Guess I'll just keep quiet then. Much appreciated. Yeah. So we cannot rest. We literally only have one day, and like if we mess up, and I have no idea how far we have to go yet. If we mess up, it feels like Arborang's just gonna die. Like we have to win the campaign before the city falls, and it is fallen. So I think we just have to leave. I think we just have to leave. I mean, time doesn't seem to be passing now, which, maybe this was supposed to be our final rest, so I should have rested? Are we switching back to Arborang? No. Oh, there we go. That was weird. Alright, well, where's this white tower? Because, we're about to run out again, back to 0. Still don't see a tower. Ripperonis. Armies have crashed against the steep black cliffs of Arborang before, as the Warped do now. You retreated again, and it was costly. Thousands more dead, but necessary. Banshee wails went on long into the encroaching night. But the Black Rock Wall has never been breached, the Menders tell you. I mean, it's first for everything. Even with so many slaughtered, space is scarce. Aleo nods when you tell him you're going to get some air outside the crowded gathering halls. Survivors camped in different clusters atop the Black Rock. You wonder how many families sewn upon your banner are just memories now. Then you note how strange the silence sounds. The clans have lost their taste for troublemaking, and even the Warped have withdrawn. Maybe you're safe up here. Maybe the Menders are right. They're not. They're not right. To the stairs. Fatigue draws you into a stupor. Feels weird to be doing nothing, Aleo says, breaking the silence. Spirits are low. Maybe this would be a good chance to see how everyone's holding up. You consider it. Okay. Ubin, how you doing? The Scrivener is scratching diligently at his papers. He looks up. Skafik halts whatever conversations he and Ubin were having. Hello, Hunter. Found yourself a little patch of quiet and don't know what to do with yourself? Something like that. The eye of the storm, as the poet says. You start predicting the weather when you've been around long enough, or maybe you just talk about it more. The old Varl stops scratching notes to talk. Ever seen anything like this before in your many years? You know, I've heard mankind take being called old an insult, but I never knew why. Now let me think. Well, the fall of Skyrim was something to behold. Half a city sinking into the Silverstone. And Grofheim was even bigger. But something like this? No, it was not. Funny how our memories measure worth, isn't it? I remember my companion Gunnulf telling me I look like an eggplant better than I recall a city sinking beneath the waves. That's why I like to write these things down. Skafik says something in his own tongue, and Ubin laughs. He says I don't look like an eggplant. The old Varl stops scratching notes to talk. What have you been writing in your book? Stories mostly, but not like the Menders and Skalds, no. The Menders write about what's in the past, and the Skalds stretch fantasies about what happened. The historical writings are mostly useless, if you ask me. Even a perfect record is only good as the man reading it, and most of us aren't that good. You mean we remember things the way that best suits us? You can spin a dozen different morals from the same yarn. Indeed, we're all a bunch of liars at heart. I write stories about people. When someone reveals their own hopes and fears, that's the truth of things, even if it's a lie. Understand? One of the reasons... There's been a lot of spelling errors as well in grammar. I learned to talk to people like the Horseborn. I'd like to speak with the Dredge too, one day, if they'll have me. The old Varl stops scratching notes to talk. Alright, tell me about the Horseborn's homeland. She's a crazy horse girl, by the way. She loves horses. She's the crazy horse girl. She's literally the stereotype. Why don't you ask them yourself? Ubin says a few words to Skathik, who nods. Ubin translates the best he can. I am a trader. I've traveled more than most and never seen the end of our lands. Maybe they are endless. Men have said it is empty, but they are wrong. They only think it is empty because they move too slowly. When the sun stops, we celebrate. It is a blessing. It is warmth and freedom. But then the shattering split our land into pieces. Now each piece is small and empty. I think my kind become restless here. They talk a lot about the brave who try to outrun the darkness. They have already become legend. Maybe they are still running across the Dallowland. I like to imagine this. Your city is heavy and cold, and made for men to walk slowly in circles but go nowhere. I will be glad to see the sun again. He looks a little wistful and nods his head to say he's done. I'll leave you to your work. No worries. If you want to talk, I'm glad for the company. Out of curiosity, what are you planning to do with your writings if the darkness overtakes us? Leave it for someone else to find. Yeah, it'll become warped, yeah. Would you believe I hadn't thought of that? Maybe a Horseborn could. No, not without a mender. Maybe we could spare a mender to, damnation. We'll have to live. There's no way around it now. I guess we'll have to try to live, yeah. Alright. You want to have a little chat? Zephyr is overseeing the menders, looking just as drained, if not more. She calls you by name. Call me maybe. I've heard more about you since coming to Arborang. Seems like these people owe you a great deal. I didn't do it on my own. Close enough, though. I wish I had supported you better at the gates. And I also heard you traveled with a Varl named Ingvar. That seemed like quite a coincidence, at first. Ingvar, do you know Ivor? He's well known, especially amongst the Dredged. They say he once slew a Sunder called Reyes, who carried Bellower's child. Ruin was Reyes' sister. It's my belief that Ruin probably came to Arborang hoping to find Ingvar. In the face of this darkness, the other Sunder have scattered to the wind, but Ruin wanted revenge, even if it meant killing everyone in the way. You saying all the people who died in the siege were because of Ivor? And I can only imagine it is why Bellower chased you all the way to Borsgard. I suppose there's no point in secrets anymore. After the Great War, the Valka tried to broker a peace deal with the Dredge, and mostly succeeded. Are you just gonna tell the same story without her? Well, one of the conditions was that we deliver the Varl named Ingvar. They called him Destroyer. We searched, but never found him. Juno and Avon would almost certainly have recognized him. Did they ever mention this? They never said anything about it. And then they just happened to take Ivor with them to the White Tower. I mean, he volunteered, but maybe... Did he volunteer? Like, he could have been mind-controlled. That is concerning. I just wish I knew their intentions. You trust your friend Ivor completely? I mean, he seems to have a good heart. More than completely. Then you were right to let him go, and that itself gives me hope. I discovered this light spell. Not easily. Things went bad at Manahar, and I was the only one left in the aftermath. I spent days trying anything I could think of against the darkness. I nearly gave up, but what Juno and Avon must have done. Nobody thought it was possible. When you become a Valka, are you all forced to take an oath to be as vague and mysterious as possible? I'm sorry, it would be hard to believe if I told you. Try me. I believe they've pulled down and shattered the black sun that resides inside the earth. Okay, I can see your earlier point. What's your plan now? To keep this light lit as long as I can. In the early days, the Valka had nearly godlike powers. They spent generations obsessed with immortality. These become diluted over time, of course. Did you know that the Valka raised the Black Rock Plateau we're standing on, pulled straight out of the earth? The unnaturally dark rock is the same material Dredge used to make their armor, believe it or not. That was long before I was born. Me, I've learned a few tricks, but all I can do now is share the same blind hope that if we just hold out, well, maybe this will be more of you. This will be of more use to you than me. Receives an item from the fold of her cloak and hands it to you. Clasp of Kine. How long do you think we have left? Not long now. Make the most of your time. All right, well, I'll let you focus. You only wish I could have done more. What'd you give us? Black Cloak of Kine? Or Clasp. +3 to all talents. That's amazing. 1 will per turn. That's pretty good. 1 armor per turn. Ooh. 1 break. That's very good. That is very good. We'd rather have the... I don't know. I don't know. Do we care about this range, +2 to range distance? I mean, it is very good, but we could always just, you know, reposition ourselves and not care about that. We'll just chill for now. Let's just chill for now. To the tower, I guess? The Warped have not been able to scale the Black Wall since coming here a day ago. Many want to take full advantage of the respite. Others call it folly. Keeping a full watch now means forcing fatigued and wounded survivors to take turns. Some haven't slept in days. You know what? Forget it. Yeah, YOLO. We're sleeping. The few who protest loudest begin yawning through their arguments. They soon give up. Vigilant falls to the wayside, but the Warped do not come for now. They say it was luck. Yeah, that actually is. I thought we were screwed. If it means everyone has a chance to recover, the risk was worth it. To the basement? A woman comes to you quietly in confidence. Saw a whole bunch of the fools, she confides, drunk as boiled owls, laughing it up down there. Some of the men have snuck downstairs to take advantage of the dwindling mead. Join us, Hunter, they chortle. Can't take it with you. Maybe they have a point. On the other hand, these supplies could be stretched out for days. Before you can pass judgment, a scraping and rumbling grows until it shakes the empty cups scattered around the floor. Flagstones burst and the Warped claw their way from underneath. Terror drags the sluggers to their feet. This must be what the Warped have been up to this whole time. They're tunneling? F, slurs a man, pulling down a barrel onto the Warped and knocking it back down below. F them all. Save the supplies. Leave the meat alone, and send some real help if you're going to be useless, quickly. More Warped drag themselves up into the basement. An eternity later, backup comes clomping down the stairs. What took you so long? It's not just here, Aleo replies. They're coming up all over the plateau. They're coming out the damn walls. Amongst the Warped dredge rises the twisted wreckage of what must be a Sunder. Just its presence makes your skin crawl and your instincts scream. Flee? But where? Send them back into the dirt, you shout in spite of your fear. So this is a Sunder that has been turned into a Warp. This is going to be a fight. This is going to be a big fight. All right, let's level you up. Do that. Don't have any other points to spend. I think we just keep leveling people up. I don't know what we're really spending these points on. So we don't have any of these. Ubin, how many titles are left? Let's level you up. Ubin, do you want a cool title? Oh yeah, you're buffing people already. Yeah, you'll be the hopeful. Ubin the hopeful. There you go. Congratulations, Ubin. You've been promoted to the hopeful. Do one of those. Level you up. I don't trust Canary still, so we'd rather level you up. And then we don't have enough points because, yeah, that's gonna be 21. We only have 5 left. Do we want to give this item to anyone? What are you using? +2 will, +2 strength. Let's give you this, because you definitely want armor per turn. Yeah. Yeah, that's great. We'll do that. Okay, so they have a cave troll. They have a cave troll. I think we just chill like this, right? You can move all the way up to us. What do? Possessed. Reflects a fallen unit to fight for. Okay, so we have to kill you first. Invulnerable while channeling, then explodes. Okay. So we just have to kill you first. Got it. You are still a dredge. So abilities that affect dredge would affect you. Shield sign that knocks back adjacents, doing armor break damage, which is actually 5. You got 5 armor break damage. Okay, and then this does armor break damage, hot ash remnants, men dredge. Oh, we don't want to do that because they are dredge. Okay, well, I think we just bonk you for, I don't know, 8? Good start. That's a good start. Okay, so you can move all the way up to here. And then you go next, and you can go up to here. So maybe you just go where you have to move to there. So Ubin can go here, but he doesn't fit there. That's annoying. He's got to go here then. Alright, let's get you up in here. Oh my god, we just crit him? Oh, yes. Wait, he's still alive. Oh, okay, now he's not. Bring you up. Oh, you got 21 strength. Holy. This guy's like mind controlling you or something. I don't like it. Okay, you're just doing creepy stuff. You're doing just creepy stuff. Ow. 17 strength, eh? Just crush that guy. Bring you here. That buffs both of you. Big hit on this boy. Okay. It's not great. Let's move you here. You only have 7 strength. 80% chance to kill this guy. Nice. here. Poison you. Oh my god, that's so much damage. We can kill you. So we do. Bring you up. Smash this guy. So you're left. I mean, the archer could kill people still. Yeah, like you. That's super annoying. You have a dot on you. That's not great. Can you shoot from here? No, you gotta move. You gotta move. I'll just move you all the way up here. You get minus willpower? You do. Why did you stop? Because you had to use willpower to get there. I see. Move you up. Gonna make sure he can't kill anybody. It's gonna drain our willpower. Trying to use this one right now. So if he goes again, he dies. He might not get to go again. We can move up here and crush him. Nice. Put an end to the warped sunder. Just unnamed. Unnamed sunder. Even though they're like supposed to be really well known. We didn't recognize this one, I guess. Weird. The basement is dark and silent once again, and the survivors hustle to seal and cover the holes. You're suddenly glad you saved the mead, because you could use a drink right now. Someone is telling Zephyr that only half the Menders have survived. Ripperonis. Gave us 4 more days. 4 more days. Please tell me the tower's at the top of this hill. Any of you ever tasted Tistleberry mead? Spar blurts out in the midst of a deep and impressive silence. You're all some grim company lately. I could really go for some Tistleberry right now. Others mumble in agreement, but someone passes around enough strong drink to spread around. Soon, they're trying to one-up each other about what they plan to do when they return to Arborang. Tell them to stop drinking and be quiet. Yeah, shut up. You know what I'm excited about, you interject? The rest of you shutting your mouths. Sour expressions roll off you like water over a duck. Oh no, morale decline. Oh no. Shut your face, people. Soaring shards of smoky glass jut askew from the ground, as if flung here. At first, it looks like more of the inner Earth's strangeness, until you realize that these are splinters of the black sun. Images reflect off the mirrored surfaces, creating an illusory army of ravens as you walk through. Great, says Foka. I didn't think I could hate this place more. Now there's 6 of Ditch. The nauseating, sweaty warmth still radiating from the fragments has everyone eager to pass through, except Avon. He has stopped at one, with his hand pressed against the glassy surface, looking at his own reflection. Yeah, and the box art for this, he's a lot older looking. Come on, Avon, it's time to go. I hardly recognize myself. Could be worse. Yeah. True, true. Look at Ivor. The reality of what I must do is sinking in. We're getting close. Haven stares out into the distance. Now's not the time for second thoughts. It was always such a long way off. There was more time. Time for what exactly? Haven sighs heavily. Juno revealed it already, but there's something you may not have fully grasped. Something she forbade me to tell you. She worried it might change things. No more secrets. The only way the Black Sun will return to the sky is for Juno to seal the darkness within. Okay, we knew that, didn't we? Didn't she tell us that? So she has to stay there trapped for eternity. Okay, she did not tell us that. A fate worse than death, and it is my fault. All she's done since is fight tooth and nail to make things right. All she's ever done. I mean, she let herself go for you. You can see anger spreading across Avon's face. He almost looks as if he's drawing energy from the sun shard. What if there's another way? Even with the sun broken, there must be energy enough here to destroy the serpent. It might be enough. No. We don't change the plan now. This was never my plan. I admit I broke things, but it's up to me to fix them. Who else can do this? Why should I keep asking for permission? Avon, think of your friends in Arborang. Avon's mouth becomes a thin line, and some of the fire in his eyes goes out. I know. I apologize. My thoughts have always been difficult to control ever since birth. My mother was the head of the Vulca in her time. When she had a boy, the council was worried. The males of our kind have always had a touch of madness to varying degrees. Okay, so you don't trust the male mages? My father couldn't contain his own. So these are like the Bene Gesserit. I suppose that kind of power would be hard for anyone. It is a curse. I'm only alive at all thanks to Juno, and she has kept this power within me from spilling out. When she spoke to me in a dream at Einertoft, I wasn't even sure it was real. I had gone so long without her help, I was starting to lose control again. Everything she's done was to heal me, and for that, she suffers. Can you imagine feeling so powerful and so weak at the same time? I can imagine, yeah. Avon nods as Folka approaches the two of you in a huff. You done with your little cry yet, you sad baby? Oh my god, Folka, shut up. Avon steps away from the sun shard with a scowl on his face, returning to where Juno awaits. That one's got problems, and that's coming from me. Still hard to imagine those two falling for each other. You think so? You don't? Folka laughs as she punches your shoulder. I can see why you wouldn't get it, Varl. It's just not the one arm you're missing. Every girl in the world wants a boy to promise he'd give her the sun and the stars. Imagine having the one man who actually pulls the sun out of the sky for you. Folka almost looks embarrassed with herself as you head back to the caravan. True, true. Again, we're not gonna make it there, right? 2 days of supplies. We're looking for a white tower. I still don't see one. Surely this is it approaching up here. I'm just gonna say it, spar grouses. I'm starving, and I don't mean it as an expression. I'm so hungry I might die. The caravan is getting precariously low on food, and nobody dares to drink the water that pools in dark crevices. You're feeling it yourself. The Stone Singer seems to understand, though you've never seen them eat anything before, scraping a hard, bell-shaped object from the cliff walls and handing it to you like a motion like opening a book. Oh, I thought that was just more craggy rock, says Spar, taking the thing. It has a hard obsidian shell, but once cracked open, a strikingly bright pink plant resides within, squishy to the touch. It looks like a mushroom. It doesn't smell strange or display the same warped weirdness that everything else does. There seems to be quite a few more still clinging onto the cliffside. So, who's going to try it first? I don't trust this. You guys, is this safe? Elfin speaks up. I've eaten inner earth plants before, she says, but I can't say if the darkness has tainted it. I can help it if it makes you sick, though. Probably. Nope. You know, anyone want to volunteer? Despite your hunger, everyone looks amongst each other but says nothing. I guess I'm not that hungry, Spark concludes. You move on, but can tell the exhausting caravan is flagging and the pace suffers. Oh my gosh, we're gonna get like a morale decline and it's gonna take even longer. Oh my god. Screw you, game. Well, we definitely don't make it now. Keep a friend company? Alfred beckons during a short rest, patting a lonely rock at the caravan's edge. Innocent enough, but you see ulterior motives on her face, brighter than the white tower in the distance. In the distance? How far in the distance are we talking about? You have something on your mind. You, Ivor. It's funny. I should hate you. Many sculptors are my friends, and you are who they tell their children to fear. But I don't hate you. The more about you I know, the more I like you. Is that really what you wanted to talk about? Straight to the point. Eyvind and Juno, they trust you, don't they? But I wonder if they have earned your trust. I mean, they did a lot of lying. They did a lot of lying. But Ivor volunteered for this. So, like, I'll roleplay as him, right? He has to trust them. There's no way he couldn't trust them, even though they have proven to be distrustful. They've earned my trust, yes. Trustworthy and loyal. Do you have any faults, Varl? Now, Juno, she may be weaving little truths, but step back. Look at the whole tapestry. They wield terrible power, perhaps you've noticed? It's exactly why they made the Order of Menders. Ah, look over here. We're only healing the sick, building houses. Pay no mind to the madmen in ivory towers turning the world inside out. I've considered it. Come closer. Eyvind created an effin' immortal. Can you comprehend? Juno cannot die. But that wasn't their goal, was it? What is immortality without power? Misery. No, I think they're trying to make a god, to make themselves god. Don't tell me you believe they've come so far just to undo it all. What are you implying? Not to sit back and let it happen. That should be clear. Say nothing now. I'm not asking you for promises. But a time will come, and soon, I think, when you'll see the truth unfolding before your eyes. She's going to turn on them? When that time comes, look to me. Trust your instincts. Juno and Eyvind are not the only ones who know how to twist the threads. I will make certain what they claim to be doing is what is done. I've got to live here too, you know. So what, you'll do it on their behalf? How will you know? Please tell me there's a white tower in the distance. Like, right off the screen here. It's gonna hit 0. We're gonna go back to Arborang any moment. A distant rumble approaches, and all the things it could be race through your mind. Someone shouts, "Earthquake!" as the ground bucks beneath your feet. Violent shaking peels rock sheets off the nearby cliffs. They crash around you in great billowing clouds of dust. Is everyone all right? You shout in the aftermath. Knew I recognize you from somewhere, Valgard shouts. He's swinging at Ollie with clenched fists. This bastard tried to push me into the falling rocks. As the confusion and the dust clear, frustrated ravens are letting off steam with chance of fight. I don't care what's going on here, but it stops now. Yeah, we need to freaking go. Valgard manages one last half-hearted punch to Ollie's face, but they push each other away. True enough, says Ollie. There'll be plenty of time to settle this later. Valgard spits. Count on it. That earthquake was no coincidence, Eyvind says, changing the subject. Same as when the serpent carved chasms through the earth above. Be on your guard. Back to Arborang. Back to Arborang. Now what? Oh, that's all that's left. This is it. When the warped emerged from below, the few who survived retreated to the center of the plateau. Zephyr, along with only 2 other menders, can only protect an area slightly larger than the Great Hall itself. Clansmen pressed together on the front doorstep are trying to find space within the already dangerously cramped inner hall, and you take fighters to protect them from warped as the light shrinks again. But the darkness does weird things to the places where it touches the ceiling. Stuck between light and dark, timbers in the ceiling begin wobble and stretch unnaturally, as if turning to animal fat. As the timbers at the entrance buckle and collapse, the front wall falls inward, threatening to close off an escape route into the Great Hall. Survivors desperately claw at the rubble, but make slow progress. Snarling and Warped decide to make their move. Buy them time, you shout. Okay. Buying them time. Deirdre, you've earned a heroic title. I don't know. I don't know. What do you want? What do you want, Deirdre? You want some will? Some will resist? Here, we'll take this. You can resist some will. Perfect. We have 4 points to spend on you. Crit chance. Perfect. I mean, there's not a Sunder this time, so this shouldn't be nearly as bad, he says, questioning everything. Surely this won't be as bad. I do have one of these guys, though. That is a concern. In we go. Can we push you back, actually? It's all adjacent. I think we just smash you instead. Get in here. Ding. Boom. And then you can finish him. Ding. Boom. Alright, so these guys are still a problem. Obviously that guy needs to die. Oh shoot, did I not go far enough? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, stupid. I misclicked. Yeah, that guy's gonna be a problem. You absorbed all of the damage. Really? Really? You have 17 strength, so you can do 7 damage potentially. Or 10 if we spend more points. Move you up to here, drains all your remaining points. Crit. Huge. Need you to poison this guy. You kill. I need to back you up. I'll just poison you. Because you'll die no matter what. Okay, he did -2 armor to all of us. That's rude. quite rude. Oh, I did 2 instead of 3. That's fine. This is fine. Get in here. Smash this guy. Hacken is not looking so great. Stab at you. Move you here. You die. Big tanky boy. He's doing big tanky things. He still absorbs. He's still absorbing, and that's annoying. Kill you. Oof. That guy died to Dot. And you here. I guess we have to do that. Alright, well, you died to the Dot anyway, right? Yeah. You here. Target this guy. Make him dead. So you're gonna finish your channel? No. We didn't lose anyone, right? I don't think we did. Time has become as much of a threat as the Warped themselves. You hold off the Warped, and eventually the survivors squeeze through, but as you make your own escape, you notice the bodies of many people who were crushed by the collapsing rubble. Say prayers for the dead and cover exposed holes. Through gaping holes, the Warped watch. An archer lobs an arrow into the darkness, and they back deeper into the murk. A few wounded are pulled from the rubble, but there's no other sign of life beneath the stone and timber. Thankfully, the Warped do not press the attack. You catch parts of a conversation Hacken is having with Mogar as you pass. Yes, this is worse, but I didn't think we'd get out of Ridgehorn alive either. You've gotten out of worse than Ridgehorn, Mogar. You knew Wagner before I did. Aye, a long time. He was a great leader. His death still feels like it just happened. I looked away only a moment, and that dredge appeared out of nowhere. Hacken notices you out of the corner of his eye. Something to add, little one? Don't mind Hacken, my friend. Come and join us. Don't mind Hacken, my friend. Come and join us. Like, this is weird because, like, you know her. She knows you. You've battled together. I am Mogar, commander of Hacken's army, or what's left of it. Been meaning to introduce myself for a while. Hacken says you're quite the firebrand. Yeah, great time to introduce. Introductions are great right now at the end of the world. What else has Hacken said about me? Oh, nothing to worry about. Not a lot of men out there who'd shout down a Varl Kender. The others were talking about that one for days. I'm no man. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Exactly. Truth be told, the Varl don't know what to make of womankind. Are they strong? Are they weak? Does anyone know what they're thinking? Sometimes it reminds me how bears will run from mountain cat cubs. Don't encourage her, Moger. In any case, I've seen a lot of battle, but that oil trick was inspired. You have my respect. Thank you, I think. I hope others feel the same. So who's Vognir? You never heard of Vognir? A Varl war chief, one of the greatest. I was his kender, and he was Jornder's. In other words, Vognir was next in line to be king, and Hakon was after that. Things happened a little out of order, though. And too soon. A dredge cut Vognir down near Strand, took him completely by surprise. Allegedly. Sounds like there's more to the story. Nothing for you to worry about. Tell him, Hakon, it's the end of the world. Well, we never found out either way. Hakon sighs. The whole thing was suspicious. Vognir, killed by a single slag? Not likely. Some of the Varl thought Prince Ludin did it, as he was the only witness. Could have been political bad blood. Oh yeah, I do remember that. That was way back. That was like in the first game, right? But I searched every dark corner I could find and only came up with cobwebs. Ludin never talked about this. I don't think he did. And I'm still not so sure, but it almost doesn't matter anymore, does it? Leave history in the past, Hakon, where it belongs. Yeah, that's a good idea. Anyway, it's history now. Nothing to get excited about. Sounds like you've a long history with some important people. Moger here was all set to become an important people himself at one point. Oh, now we're getting into the weeds. Listen, let an old hand give you some advice. Prepare yourself for some trite cliches. Nay, I saved those for Hakon. This is real. Everyone thinks they're the hero at some point. Some of us even take it pretty far before we're kicked back down to our place. Maybe one day you find out you're not as smart, as strong, or as skilled as you thought you were. It's going to hurt real bad. That actually is really good advice. The sooner you get over that, the sooner you can go and do what you're best at, even if you're not the best. Maybe I'm no Vognir, but I'm good with the warriors. I know them and they trust me. Being able to connect with each other, that's what it's all about. Right, Hakon? I don't remember you being this talkative. Alright, well, gotta get going. No worries, Hunter. And for what it's worth, I'm an expert at judging good work, and I think you're doing it. So does Hakon, even if you won't admit it. Well, thanks. How many days is this gonna buy us? The foyer and the central... I mean, obviously you start in the foyer. You become acutely aware that you're trapped in a small space with lumbering Varl and wild horseborn who may or may not get along. Canary's tail swishes like a provoked cat. Hakon looks calm, but his fists are clenched. This could be trouble. Everything alright? You mean besides having to live in filth? Thanks to the horseborn, I feel like I'm standing in the middle of a stable. Maybe ox not stand in middle, then. Somehow, the ox are taking up less space than the talking horses. Less brain and fewer messes. Is this really what we're arguing about right now? Yes, always about messes, this one. He mess obsess. he mess obsess. The Varl like their space, and these ponies are making my eyes water. Maybe if they were pulling their weight, all Ox thinking about is pulling weight. Hakon grabs for his weapon, and Canary stamps the ground, whooping. Everyone in the Great Hall's on edge. Stop this. Who amongst us isn't ready to die yet? Hakon erupts in laughter. You sounded like a Varl there for a moment. I like it. Anyway, I'm not going to let anyone claim I died over some horse farts. Canary rolls her eyes and flips her hair, then trots off to where the rest of her kind are sitting. I don't understand that one, but I do know things won't stay like this forever. For lack of a better response, you just nod. Like, did we really need to be at each other's throats at the literally end of the world? You were looking down a long hall full of sick and wounded. More wounded than healthy. Your mind starts doing the arithmetic. How many supplies, how many wounded, how many menders, how many hours. You stare out into the darkness, into darker places. A friendly, hey, draws you back. An old man offers you a piece of bread. Dalrin, my last loaf. I can't keep it. You don't recognize me, do you, Oddleaf? It's been hard road. I'm sure I look different these days. On second glance, he does look familiar, but you can't quite place him. Dalrin from Skulgar. You've made it all this way. That's amazing. I'm just as surprised as you. He lets out a thin laugh. His eyes twinkle with sincerity. It's almost hard to remember so long ago, back in Skogar. Things have certainly changed. Back then I used to tend to the ox. I had names for them. When we fled, old Asti took us to Frostveller. I don't expect you knew that, but I did. Frostveller was where things started to get hard. My boy became ill. He died soon after that. My wife, she got too tired. I'm sorry. I don't see a crow on your head, but it's always looked heavy to me. I don't see a crown on your head, but it's always looked heavy to me. Reminds me of a story you might care for. Have you time to humor an old man? Of course. You're a good person. My father brought me to Skogar when I was just a child. He was a woodcutter. Skogar was just woods back then. I remember how the snow hung in the branches. It was nothing like where we came from. They had put candles in the trees that year. I can still see it. It was like the stars had come to visit us. I was one of 6 children. My twin sister died that winter. She died to the cold. I always think of her in the winter. We went and performed the rites at the Godstone. Hirdvaldir. He had hard eyes like he is watching. I remember that. My father always told us gods can't die. Hirdvaldir was the hunter's patron. Not sure what he expected in return. A bunch of elk would wander into town? Anyway, we had a long winter instead. Skogar almost disappeared that year, buried under snow. No elk, no food. The rest of my family survived, luckily. There were a lot who starved. Oh well, you're a kind soul to listen to me talk about myself. You must be wondering why I've told you this. We laid my sister's body down and it was burnt. Her ashes rose up into the branches overhead. I heard him whisper, no tree grows to the sky. The kind of thing a woodcutter says, isn't it? Didn't make sense at the time, but it stuck in my head. Nothing lasts forever, Hunter. That's what he meant. Now I'm his age when he died. Truth be told, I doubt my father believed Hirdvaldir was there all that time ago. He was pretending for the rest of us. How you die is as important as how you lived. Enough for me. What am I trying to say anyway? Look at all these people broken and starving. We're not all going to make it. There's not enough food and drink, even for the healthy. Do we all suffer now, even those who can still stand and fight? I am giving you permission, Hunter. Permission to survive. And if I die now, I die with a reason. That's enough for me. No tree grows to the sky. You're right, Dalrin. I'll make sure this bread will be put to best use. Then I suppose all I have left to give is my thanks. You've done for me as much as anyone could. You endeavor to make sure that the healthy and the hale get enough food to continue the fight. That's actually a really touching, sad story. That actually right there was more emotionally impactful than so many other things. We have one day. Oh, apparently killing Rugga was bad. It gave us less time. Oh well. And we're out of time. Just like that. So Arborang dies here, right? Unless it does this weird cutscene thing. They didn't make it. Juno and Avent. You don't know that. Oh, the sad music? Yeah, we got the bad ending. Have hope. Hope isn't going into battle to claim victory or die. I don't know what to call this. We could use a better plan than just fighting until we fall over. I'm all ears. There are options. I'm going to guess it involves setting something on fire. Blow up the roof. Suicide wasn't the solution I was looking for. No, she might be onto something. We already cleared out the basement. If we hide out down there and collapse the Great Hall, it would take the warped time to dig their way to us. So we bury ourselves under a pile of rubble trapped in the basement. That'll make the funeral rites easier. I'll keep yours short. Look, it's better than nothing, but it sounds like a last-ditch effort to me. Lots of things to go wrong. Not to mention, if we do survive, we'll have to dig ourselves out. Agreed. Keep up the fight. We've got no other choice. We do as Yrsa says. Oh, I was gonna say, that didn't save us any time, did it? Okay. Well, we're screwed. You have to be in the party, but I don't want you in the party. Okay. Huh. How about that? I don't know what to do here. Do we spend points on things? We bother to spend points on things. You can't even level up. I mean, this is probably our last battle, if I had to guess. So we should probably just level people up who can level. I guess we do that. Anyone have any points? There you go. There's all our points. Final battle, and then they die. Who are we fighting? Please don't be the serpent. Okay, that's enough. I said that's enough. I said that's enough. Okay. I can't move Hacken. In fact, I can only move 2 of you guys. Okay, I guess, sure. Allows movement to any occupied tunnel on the... Oh yeah, so I could just like... You go first, and then Ubin goes. I could like teleport one of you guys in. I could be like, you go here. We never actually got this working, did we? Target 1 ally, you. Target 2 allies. Do I have to right click? I don't know. I'm just gonna move you. You're gonna be in the way now. Hacken's not gonna be able to do anything this turn. We'll move you here. Okay, well, I'm glad I moved her there. That was definitely a smart idea. Bring you over here. Poison you. You over here. Kill this guy. guess I should have moved one more up. You're gonna be a problem. Yeah, this guy's only got 2 strength. Really good for us. Can you mend yourself? That only restores armor. I just need you to run away. Can you do that for me? Can you just run away? Ow. You die. Yeah, we just have to kill this guy. Wanted to move someone else around, but it's fine. Okay, thank you for putting me into a safer position. I appreciate that. Willpower, I think that's fine. We resisted it. We got paid off. Leveling up, paid off. Oh my gosh, that was a lot of damage. Okay. Hold. And then we got 2 strength. Keep running away. Let's see here. Bring you in here. Can I Tempest hitting the 2 of you? Yes, I sure can. Nice. Our renown grows. Wow. That matters. A hard day of fighting inevitably leads everyone to wonder if the time to put Yrsa's plan into motion has come already. They look to you for the answer. Fight on. Ready for more? I'm assuming this is giving us more days, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Like, we really need more days. We absolutely do. Okay, level you up. We need that. Okay. We're ready for battle. Is it going to be a harder battle now? Or is it going to be the same battle? I'm not going to lie, we kind of crushed that one. Okay, I keep forgetting. We gotta put you there. Ubin needs to be the one in the middle of everybody. Okay. Still don't know what this does. +3 to attack. Oh, cool. We just gave him +3 to attack. Lovely. Oh, we're surrounded. I did not see them. One shot this guy. We did not one-shot him because apparently he can absorb shit. Jesus. Okay, well, we need to get her out of here. Take care of you. Okay, you're gonna summon stuff. Need to move you. We crit him, but it did 0 damage. That makes no sense. Run! Get out of here! This restores armor. Literally, no one has had their armor touched. Guess we're chilling. Oh, cool. We're dead. Nice. Let's see here. Let us... Oh, why did I think that would do way more damage? You only have 12 strength. Alright, can we one-shot this guy? Almost, but not quite. If we crit, we would have. Okay. Why are you not poisoned? I swear we poisoned you. Oh, that's not good. Is this guy summoning them, or is this just part of the fight? We're already down 1, so this is not great. May just be dead soon. He's freaking absorbing attacks. I will go here. Yeah, these guys absorb damage. I died to poison. We need you to poison. Actually, can I move first? Move here. Poison this guy. Big crit. Huge crit. Hey, he didn't absorb it that time. 12 strength. Really no. That kills him and does significant damage to that guy. Well, if we crit, it does significant damage. This guy only has 2 strength, but he can take armor down. Just kill you. Please don't be another wave. This might be an endless wave. I just thought of that. It could be a survive, but you're not actually gonna survive type situation. You only got 1 strength. Still enough to do damage to us, though, huh? Why can't you? They all still have all of their armor. Okay, well, we need to move. And then put some traps down. Put a trap down right here. Okay, yeah, that guy didn't actually need to. Okay, that guy got trapped. Oh my gosh, those crits. Don't think you're surviving, unfortunately. Move you up. Oh, that guy, oh, I thought he was gonna die. He, in fact, did not die. This guy dies to poison, right? No more? One big boss? I mean, Zephyr got injured, but, you know, whatever. Your memories have become a series of tangled figures, swinging dark weapons. You survived the last days of fighting, but Yrsa's suggestion is starting to sound more and more reasonable. The dream of rest is a siren song. Alright, yeah, it's time. It's time. The rest agree. They've started to lose hope of salvation coming. You're ready to sleep without blood-curdling screams in your ears. You hope Juno and Avon are still out there and getting close. You hope Ivor is still alive. Yrsa has prepared a flaming arrow, and now you find yourself just hoping for good luck. That gave us 2 days. That only gave us 2 days. Could we have fought one more? Maybe. I don't know if it was going to keep getting more and more waves. I think that's game over. This time, the shifting shadows in the corners of your eyes are real, ahead and behind. The others have noticed and are quietly pulling blades, flickering like a school of fish as you press together. There are warped everywhere, clustered together to slow your progress, and more dot the horizon. We're so close, says Velgard, and you know his frustration. We're not making a stand. We're not making a round. We're charging through. What are you waiting for? Push through. We literally have no time. We just have to go. Could be smart to bring Juno, just because Confuse is really strong. But you're a good healer. We maybe don't bring you? And do this instead? Question? Alfrin is sitting out. No, Alfrin is not sitting out. So, do we have anyone that has an item that's sitting out? Avon. Avon, what do you got? Let's do strength resist. It's fine. Let's level up, people. You got points available? Ivor? No one else has points available? Who can level up And for what purpose? Leveling up you is good. I think you're really strong. But we'd only be getting, we'd just be getting stats for you. So you're already maxed on that. Tidwin not maxed, you're not maxed. Less armor, more strength. Oh yeah, you're giving crit chance. Let's level you up. Let's level you up. Max out your crit chance. And then spend all of our points. Promote you again. Finalize that one. Oh, we never confirmed? Cool. Okay, 58 points left. She's done. She can't level anymore. Ivor, if we just gave you stats, I don't know what we'd give you. Regen and willpower, I don't think it's that great. Leveling you could be good still. Let's level you. Do one of these. Let's one of these. More stats for you. We do crit chance on you as well. I don't hate that. 38 points left. We gave you a title? We did. Got 2 injuries on you. That's really rough. That's really rough. What would we even do for you? Like, we just need you to stay alive, basically. Level you up. Get one of these. Plus... one of these. $18 more points. There, perfect. We're prepared. Please don't crash on me right after I just did all that work. Not responding. You know, it just wouldn't be the same with the game not crashing on us as we enter one of the last battles, I'm sure. It really just brings the whole vibe together when the game crashes. It reminds you of all of the other crashes we had. You know. I have nothing else to say. I literally just want to finish this game, and it doesn't want me to. It doesn't want me to finish it. So what am I gonna have to redo? How far back do you think this is? This was 6 minutes ago. Are we gonna have to do all of those fights together? Please tell me we're not gonna have to do all of the Arborang fights all over again. thank you. Okay, but we still did spend 6 minutes doing this, which I have to do again, and I don't remember all the things that I did. Why is it telling me a heroic thing is available? It's not. I already did it. What are you even talking about, game? What are you actually talking about? Okay, don't crash now. It's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Okay, pretty standard affair? Question mark. So we want Foka to be standing near people. Then she gets maximum crit. Or we could just YOLO her in here. 50% chance only. That's rough. Oh my god, it's got 17 armor. 17 strength, rather. Okay, maybe we should not have YOLO'd in. Avoidance, dodging? You're hitting him. Okay. Heal you. Healing you. So again, Tempest will hit those two. It says adjacent enemies. That is a lie. It is not adjacent enemies. It is adjacent adjacents. 20% chance of failure. And we got it. We got the 20% chance of failure. Lovely. She's down. So you got 17 freaking armor. Strength, rather. Okay. Um... You could lose all of your stats, or you could not. If you go this way, attack this guy instead. Not all your stats, all your willpower. We spent all our willpower there, that's fine. It's for so much. Exploding a 5-tile area. I mean, that's a huge area. Is that going to hit you too? I mean, it doesn't actually put the pattern out. You know, that'd be a nice thing to have. Heal you up more. Okay, that's not good. Slinger's gonna kill us. Or you will. Wait, you got stunned? Or what happened? Is this stunned? I don't understand. This is free to cast, right? We should just always do this. What? Oh, right. He's got like this thing where he'll just like hit anyone nearby. Okay. We had a 60% chance, but oh, we failed. Let's see here. It says doing strength damage to all adjacent. So strength damage of who? Strength damage of me? Because that'd just be 1. These guys don't count. Oh, yeah, he can just, whenever we move, he hits people. Oh, ripperonis, I guess. That's fucking stupid, by the way. Putting that out there. I gotta walk forward to kill this guy. That guy is cancer. Just free hits. No consequences. Keep healing you. running. Okay. You're poisoned now. I guess we're just chilling here. Why did we actually wait when we have to walk through that? It doesn't matter. Okay. 2 downed. Not great. Not great. She's even more injured. I don't remember if he was injured. I don't think he was. New injury. The warped are becoming more relentless. Seems to be more and more of them, Snark gripes, rubbing his sore shoulders. You nod. Must mean we're getting close. This is it. Arborang has fallen. It was all for nothing. Warped dredge bodies ornament this hill like crenellations, some sitting or slumped, all dead. What happened here, grunts Valgard, pushing one over with his foot. Hundreds can be seen from the hilltops, and they look suspiciously arranged. This wasn't a battle, Valgard continues, noting the same. Juno and Avon have nothing to add. Wait, what if this is a warning of some kind for something ahead? Don't care, we don't have time. F him, Ali adds, putting a bookend on the conversation. You leave the bodies to their resting places. We literally don't have time.
A white tower that looked like a toothpick.
Time's gonna run out as he's yapping.
Now soars above our heads, dwarfing any structure made by kings or WoW. This is where our troubles began. And with luck, where they will end.
We needed like one more day, funny enough. Whatever. In the back of your mind, you always knew it was coming. A fearsome figure stands before the White's Tower, before a crowd of warped terrors. Almost started to worry you wouldn't make it, Bulwark growls. Knew I'd see your smiling faces again. I was expecting the serpent myself. The serpent carved a path for me straight to this place. You remember the quakes near the cliffs and put the pieces together. It must be getting pretty desperate if it brought you here to deal with us. On the contrary, it seems like a great idea to me. Go ahead and try some mind tricks, see what rage really looks like. This is the last chance for reason, Bulwark. Your ravens can survive this. They're not mine anymore, witch. You know, I saw this place in my dreams, so this is where the Volca did all their dirty deeds, stole your powers. Never thought I'd end up taking the Dredge's side. I don't think he's gonna listen to reason, so I kind of want to just run him down. Yeah, let's do it. We're gonna run him down. You lunge your weapon arcing towards Bulwark with the momentum. There's no time for chatting here. We have so many injuries. So I can't bring you in. I can bring you in. Do I want to bring you in? Not really. Still think we're fine, right? Surely? No points to spend anywhere? Leveling you up would do nothing for us? Unless we wanted to get willpower regen? And yeah, we don't need bonus hit chance. Avoiding killing blows could be kind of funny. But again, at that point, it's like, what's the point? Two points to spend. Level 15 is the max, it looks like. -3 strength is really bad for us. Really bad for us. Level you up. Just in case you can get one shot, actually, is kind of what I'm thinking. In case you get one shot, I'd rather do that. Okay, we can level up one more person. Looks like it's you. With these stats, probably give you bonus hit chance. Perfect. Perfect. Last fight, maybe? Question? What are these explodey icicle things? Oh, you're not alone. That guy's got 21 strength. Oh, we start right in front of him? Why would you push him away? 23 strength for you. Oh my. Well, you're in a bad way. All the way up there, eh? That's really bad for us. That's really bad for us. If I rushed you, 23 strength. Go over here. You could just kill this guy right away. I don't hate that idea. And now he can't reach me. Bringing you forward could be a mistake. But YOLO, here we go. Big resist. Lucky shot, I don't know what that means. We gotta get more damage onto Bulwark while we can. Crit! Okay, that's enormous, actually. Crit is enormous. Okay. Lots of damage to you. Ooh, you didn't do much damage to me at all, actually. don't know. Oh, it's the OP guy hitting me, right? Oh. Okay. Ooh, that was a lot of damage. Did we just kill him right away? Okay, Bulwark down. Ivor's gonna die. Spend all our willpower getting up to you, which means we can only heal you for 3, I think. Yep. And he immediately lost all that health. If I move, am I taking damage? No. Okay, that's good. One of you jerks goes first. The one in the back. Okay. Move here. 70% chance and we failed it. Insane. He didn't do anything, so I'm pretty sure he's standing there waiting for someone to get in range and then bop them, right? Once again, you just need to heal. Okay. One in the back is up next. We worked on their armor. He falls, he falls. Oh, he fell. I should not have walked over that. Now, move you here. Work on your armor. Keep healing. We healed 2. Resisted and robust. I mean, I feel like we just win already because the big threat is done. But no. Rude. Was that it? Was that the last fight? No, we probably gotta fight the serpent next, right? I got injured again. That's annoying. He's at like -5 or 6 probably right now. I have no idea what he's at. You glance up. The White Tower is much taller than you imagined. Tall enough to reach a sun, you wonder. A trick of perspective? No, there really are that many stairs. The 10,000 steps? Bolverk doesn't look right, still as he is, but he doesn't rise again. Ravens stare, wearing a wide range of emotions on their faces. You have no time to gape yourself. You drag Avon toward the tower where the stairs spiral upward beyond sight, and you take the first of many, many steps. Quickly, the top of the tower is just up these stairs. This is crazy. I still can't believe that's an actual sun. And you're really going to put it back in the sky somehow? Avon will. Juno, there has to be some other way. I can't. You can. We've come this far. Wait, Juno, wait. This really is happening now. Give me a moment. Juno and Avon embrace one final time. Avon whispers something meant only for her. And then you are forced to move. What happens to all the warped, though? Are they just magically going to go away, or do they go back to being normal?
The world lives or dies here.
It's a tuning fork.
This is it.
Or lightning rod. At the center of the tower, Juno sits upon the pedestal, and Avon reluctantly begins his task. Juno hovers in the air, immobilized. She looks peaceful, as if finally letting go of the burden she had carried this far, when you hear a familiar rumbling. Oh, it's a freaking snake. It's the snake. The serpent raises its tattered head to the tower top. It speaks in an ancient tongue as before. Begone, creature. You don't even have the strength to crush this tower anymore. The serpent continues its low, undulating speech, like smoke rolling over the sea. Avon stops. He's listening. Gorthus Vavel. What does it want? It is giving up. It wants to make a deal. Half a prophecy of extinction, it says. The darkness will lift, and it will spare Arborang. It consumes only half the world. Half the world in exchange for what? Juno's energy. If I release it to the serpent, Juno will be gone, but she won't suffer. You can tell Avon is seriously considering it. Avon, this isn't what we came to do. Things change, Ivor. This is out of your hands now. Tell me why. Have I not heard... Why? Have I not earned that, at least? Avon returns his attention to you with frustration on his face. Behind him, the serpent rattles in resentment at being ignored. Why? Because Juno does not deserve this. Don't you understand what's happening here? Again, what I don't like about half of these conversations is the people they're talking about are literally right there and don't have any input into the conversation. I don't like that writing at all. Like, it doesn't even, it's just illogical. It makes no sense. How could I? It's been nothing but lies and secrets since we first met. What choice did we have? Try to imagine if I told you the truth when we met. It was hard enough convincing anyone to listen in the first place. Back in Sigerholm, when I begged you to wait for Juno, how long did you wait? We waited a long time. We waited like 5 days. It was those 5 days that actually cost us the campaign. Would you have been so quick to abandon Rook or Alette? After all I did in Eidertoft to save the Varl from extinction. If you knew the truth, you'd have drowned me in the lake yourself. I couldn't even trust you to save yourselves. We waited because we trusted you. True enough, but only until you had to consider your own discomfort. What's the point of this, Ivor? So brothers and clansmen can keep killing each other over petty disputes? Oh my god, is he getting emo on me? So Varl and Dredge can go on destroying each other over ancient history? Even after we realized the Dredge were only fleeing the darkness, same as the rest of us. Even after discovering a Dredge child dying in the snow, an infant. Everyone was ready to slaughter it like a pig. And what of the Dredge killing ours? Man, that's not going to really convince him. It was wrong, but what's done is done. That's what I'd expect from you. From what I hear, you'd had practice killing Dredge children before. Oh, don't do that, bro. Is this really what you want to argue right now? If you're going to ask me to weigh the fate of the world against Juno, then tell me why I should care. The serpent slithers anxiously. It is not accustomed to being ignored. Okay. And we both know how this world really is. Remember Dangler's Godstone? That old woman lies to our faces about who attacked who, then she mocks us for not butchering that stone hurler on sight. And even with the truth laid so bare before us, there was a debate. How can we hope to overcome that kind of spite and ignorance, that hatred? What are we fighting so hard to preserve exactly? Alright, I really gotta convince him, huh? I'll continue to hope until the day there's nothing to hope for. I know you believe that, but you don't know the depths of the way I do. There was a woman near... Okay, is this just like gonna recount every decision we've ever made? There was a woman near Orismar River, don't remember that, after we somehow survived crossing the chasm. Some of her own clansmen had tied her to stake. Oh, I remember that. The witch, yeah. She was meant to starve to death. I can still see her face, the torture and the pain. Do you remember how many days she had hung there, starving before we arrived? No. Oh, but I do. Maybe those men lied, or with the sun stopped, maybe they miscounted. She'd been there at least 7 days already. I could feel her agony in the tapestry. According to their own absurd rules, it proved she wasn't a witch. She should have been freed. Can you imagine suffering like that for a world that doesn't even remember you? God, he's just so emo. That's what this is about, isn't it? This is about Juno. You're right, it is about Juno, but why shouldn't I be the one to decide what happens to her? Again, isn't she literally right here? I hate this. Avon seems only partially convinced by your answers, still questioning himself. Worse, the coils of the serpent are wrapping tighter around the tower and you can feel its malice growing. When we found Juno's dead body, smashed and broken on the frozen sea, I saw that same fate for her as that poor woman starving to death. Suffering, alone, forgotten. Everyone else was so quick to give up on her. I'm grateful that you did not, but that's what you're asking me to do now. I must sound pathetic. I realize it has been hard to sympathize. But maybe of all people you can, Ivor. When you stood against Bellower on the bridge at Einartoff, I finally recognized you, and I knew what you had done to Reyes and his child. He followed us both to Borsgard to finish the job. What would you give to have Alette back? Don't make Juno suffer an even worse fate. Please, Ivor. Trust me to find a solution. Avon turns back to the serpent, his body radiating immense power as he speaks to it again. Alfred gives you a severe look, as if to say he lies. You recall her plan to complete the ritual in place of Avon. If you're going to do something, it has to be now. I mean, I don't trust him. I don't think fighting him is going to be a good idea. Avon, this isn't what Juno wanted. Avon again stops speaking to the serpent, but this time he turns to you with sorrow instead of anger. Juno is everything this world deserves. Instead, you got me. I'm so tired, Ivor. Courage. This was the hard part. Forgive me, Juno. I'll love you always. Is he doing it?
Somehow, Ivan found the strength. It's impossible to describe something the size of a sun being pulled from the ground. Stuck within, just a speck so far above our heads was Juno. And the darkness vanished. For an instant I dared to hope. But the journey back to Arberang was long, and the world did not return to the way it was. It remains broken. And when we finally found the city on the hill, it was the same as everything else.
Yeah, they didn't make it.
That. All of this. For nothing.
Bad ending confirmed. Is that it? What's this?
This is the place I see in my dreams. This is where I helped my father build our house. And where I buried him. This is where I met Aldís, my wife. And Ivar, my best friend. And this is where Alette was born. I'm home. Is it really you, Alette?
It's really me, Dad.
Why you don't have to... Why isn't this just a regular cutscene?
I'm so sorry, Alette. I failed you. I couldn't protect you. I never wanted this. Leaving you alone.
Oh, Dad, I wasn't alone.
The weight never bothered me, husband.
Oh dang, it's the wife.
Do you remember when there was a night sky like this? Each point of light
I like her
is
little,
a different fate
like, apron
for different
thing.
people. I've been watching them a long time. Some people go to prepare for an endless battle. Others go to an eternal feast. The brave go where they want to be.
That's how I knew you'd come back to us.
Okay, well, I guess it's time for final thoughts. I'm gonna doubt there's anything after this. So let's get that out of the way. Did I like this game? Not really, no. I won't lie. The world building was interesting. Some parts of the story, not the storytelling, but some parts of the story were interesting. But they were also in some places, they were very poorly written. In other places, it was just illogical. This game feels, and it's frustrating because this is apparently 3 different games, so they could have improved things, and they didn't. This game feels like it has a lot of potential. Had a lot of potential, I should say. That just was never seen. Like, the art style is very unique. That's what this game has. The story setting, we'll just say the setting, is unique. That's it. I don't think the combat was good. I don't think I would recommend this to people if all they want is a story. Because then you can just go see the story, like, go watch a YouTube about it or something. Apparently we're still going. We'll continue our thoughts later. Dust. We were too late and didn't even know it. Everything points to a last stand in the Great Hall, but not even the bodies are left. I'm going to need my drinking horn back, Ivar. Can you explain how I survived of all people? The gods are assholes, Spar. The gods are dead, the world is turned to dust. Still, we survive. Are we all that's left? I don't think so. I can feel life still out there. It may take a while, but this will regrow. Even though Arberang is gone, I believe there are others out there. Varl in the north, huddled around Godstones. Horseborn, fleeing across the fields to the south. Or ships of men, maybe even Dredge without Sunder. The Ravens will need a new leader, maybe another Varl. So this is not the end. It sure as F feels like one. Not for us. What? What is this? What is happening right now? You go to credits and then you do another ending? Is it gonna happen again? So back to my thoughts. This game has or had a lot of potential that was just never seen. The combat is, I won't say it's good. Maybe I won't say it's bad. It's not for me, that's for sure. I said I wouldn't recommend this game to people if they were just for the story, because it wasn't good enough. It was fine, but it could have been so much better. And if you are like a hardcore strategy RPG, I probably still wouldn't recommend this, because the combat, like, again, is just, everything felt half-baked. Nothing felt completed. Which is frustrating, because, again, I feel like they had good ideas. They had good ideas. I mean, and again, the technical state of the game, we're 10 years from release, and we crashed 6 times in the past 2 days. I already lost track how many times we crashed. I don't remember. I think I paid $15, like $5 for each one of these games. It was some sale. If you buy this game, all of these games for $5 each, I say go for it. You know, we played each of these like 10 hours, 30 hours for $15. Yeah, sure. I've spent more money for worse things, but the time really makes me regret having spent this much time because it's so frustrating. I don't know. I could go through it a lot of nuance, but everything is going to come down to it wasn't good enough. And it's disappointing because of that. I wish it were better, but it's not. And it will never be better. I'm sure all these people who worked on the game worked really hard. This is nothing against the people who worked on the game. I can't do this. Other companies can't do this. These people worked very hard. I'm certain of it. It's just the reality of the situation. Maybe more resources could have been spent doing other things. Maybe they could, again, I mentioned this earlier, maybe they could have just made this entire thing a visual novel instead of, like, this strategy RPG. I feel like that would have been just better already.
So some StarCraft 1 TMR, huh?
StarCraft 1. I mean, I don't even have Battle.net installed, and the last time I tried to install a BNet game, it just wouldn't. So I don't know if it's all of BNet that doesn't work or what it is. But I might take tomorrow off. I don't know yet. Friday, I have off of work on Friday through Monday. I'm taking a long weekend. But I don't know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. And if I can try, I can try between now and tomorrow to get it installed, but there's no guarantees it will. I do have to restart my computer, which who knows if it's ever going to, restart, because I've been having PC problems. But anyways, I think we're going to wrap it up here. I've said everything that needs to be said, and I don't think there's any more to say.